Remember the key to success is working hard. For our country we must have regard. Forget all your differences, let we start to build. And onward to progress we surely will. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation.
Now, more than ever before, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production. I want to welcome you to the Dynamic Hour. I want to say to the folks on Facebook and YouTube to please share the live. Sharing is caring. And to those on the radio, encourage your neighbors, encourage your friends to listen in once they're lovers of FM radio. I want to start off this morning by saying the NDC has always prioritized primary health care. So it's not just the hospital or the General Hospital or the Princess Royal Hospital or the Princess Alice Hospital. We are seeing a lot of work being done on the medical stations or the clinics in our communities. So yesterday, they signed that contract for the rehabilitation, the refurbishment of 2 more medical stations.
The refurbishment of the Grand Bras Health Center and the New Hampshire Medical Station took a step closer to reality, with project stakeholders signing contracts at a brief ceremony on Monday. Minister for Health Philip Telesford described the occasion as another major milestone in the health sector strengthening project and the development of the primary healthcare sector.
It is not only my honor to officially witness the signing of these contracts for the refurbishment of Grand Bras and New Hampshire facilities, but it's also our honor to continue to develop the primary healthcare sector so that our citizens can benefit from care at facilities closest to them.
The project, valued at approximately $9.97 million, includes the provision of equipment and workforce development, as well as the rehabilitation of 4 health facilities, including the River Sally and Hermitage medical stations. The initiative is financed through loan agreements with the Caribbean Development Bank and the European Investment Bank, with counterpart funding from the Government of Grenada. At Grand Bras, the upgrades include the reconstruction of the reception area, rodent-proofing measures, and improvements to the laundry and kitchen facilities, based on consultations with stakeholders. Telesford says these improvements will provide more modern and functional environments for patients and staff.
The upgraded facilities will support improved patient flow, greater privacy, enhanced accessibility, stronger infection prevention and control measures, and a better overall experience for persons seeking care.
While thanking the project team for its contribution, Telesford urged the contractor, Grenmac Construction Incorporated, to deliver on its commitment to the people of Grenada.
These facilities belong to the people of Grenada, and the standard of work delivered must reflect the quality that our citizens deserve.
According to the minister, upgrades have already been completed at 5 health facilities, with 7 additional facilities currently under construction or renovation. Both the Grand Bras Health Center and New Hampshire Medical Station will remain closed while work continues. In the meantime, residents can access services at the Princess Alice Hospital and the Snug Corner Medical Station. The refurbishment of the Grand Bras Health Center and the New Hampshire Medical Station took a step closer to reality, with project stakeholders signing contracts at a brief ceremony on Monday. Minister for Health Philip Telesford described the occasion as another major milestone in the health sector strengthening project and the development of the primary healthcare sector.
It is not only my honor to officially witness the signing of these contracts for the refurbishment of Granborough and New Hampshire facilities, but it's also our honor to continue to develop the primary healthcare sector so that our citizens can benefit from care at facilities closest to them.
The project, valued at approximately $9.97 million, includes the provision of equipment and workforce development, as well as the rehabilitation of 4 health facilities, including the River Sally and Hermitage medical stations. The initiative is financed through loan agreements with the Caribbean Development Bank and the European Investment Bank, with counterpart funding from the Government of Grenada. At Granborough, the upgrades include the reconstruction of the reception area, rodent-proofing measures, and improvements to the laundry and kitchen facilities, based on consultations with stakeholders. Telesford says these improvements will provide more modern and functional environments for patients and staff.
The upgraded facilities will support improved patient flow, greater privacy, enhanced accessibility, stronger infection prevention and control measures, and a better overall experience for persons seeking care.
While thanking the project team for its contribution, Telesford urged the contractor, Grenmac Construction Incorporated, to deliver on its commitment to the people of Grenada.
These facilities belong to the people of Grenada, and the standard of work delivered must reflect the quality that our citizens deserve.
According to the minister, upgrades have already been completed at 5 health facilities, with 7 additional facilities currently under construction or renovation. Both the Granborough Health Center and New Hampshire Medical Station will remain closed while work continues. In the meantime, residents can access services at the Princess Alice Hospital and the Snug Corner Medical Station.
Right. So it is very clear that the NDC administration is serious about healthcare, particularly primary healthcare in the community, making sure that the facilities there are well equipped and ready to receive Grenadians, receive the people within the community and assist them, so they don't have to travel all the way down to the general hospital. And it is instructive that the NDC had to come in office and fix all of these medical stations. It's quite a task, but still the NNP will tell you healthcare is this and healthcare bad and nothing is being done here and nothing is being done here. That's how the NNP operates. So they would still tell you that because they want you to believe that nothing is being done. But you have the evidence now. Thanks to the technology, we are able to bring the information to you. So the minister mentioned that a number of medical stations have already been renovated. I know the Victoria Medical Station that has been upgraded and renovated, the Good Hope Medical Station, the Westall Medical Station, the Hillsborough Medical Station. I'm wondering where are the other 3? In other words, he said 7. I only have 4 that I know about. I think he said 7 has already been upgraded. I think the Snell Hall Medical Station might be one of them. I think so, right? But if you know of any other medical station, that received upgrades. I'm not talking about what is ongoing, completed, right? Completed, because I know the River Sally Medical Station, that is a part of this contract signing. The Hermitage Medical Station is a part of this contract signing. The New Hampshire Medical Station is a part of this contract signing. And the Granborough Medical Station is a part of this contract signing. Right? So that's 4 that very soon will get on the way. I also know that the Sotez Medical Station, they are working on that as we speak. Work is going on. I also know the Grand Roy Medical Station, work is ongoing there. I don't know if I miss out some. Tell me, is there another one in Carriacou? Because I know the Hillsborough Medical Station that was done already. Is there another medical station? Yeah. So I mentioned Sotez. Sotez is ongoing. I'm talking about what's completed. Okay? So far, right, so Brudge Grove Medical Station will be done in due season, right? So I am talking about what was already done. Good? So if you listen to me attentively, you would realize I am referring to what has already been done. So I know of the Westerhall Medical Station that has already been done. I know of the Good Hope Medical Station that has already been done. I know of the Hillsborough Medical Station that has already been done. I know of the Victoria Medical Station that has already been done. Those that work will commence because of the signing of the contract. The 4, the Hermitage Medical Station, the River Sally Medical Station, the New Hampshire Medical Station, and the Granborough Medical Station. So that will take it up to 8. But I also know that the Grand Roy Medical Station work is taking place now, and the Sotez Medical Station work is taking place there now. But in the news item, they spoke about 7, right? 7 has already been done. So I wanted to know if you're not coming to the end there.
Stronger infection prevention and control measures, and a better overall experience for persons seeking care.
While thanking the project team for its contribution, Telesford urged the contractor, Grenmac Construction Incorporated, to deliver on its commitment to the people of Grenada.
These facilities belong to the people of Grenada, and the standard of work delivered must reflect the quality that our citizens deserve.
According to the minister, upgrades have already been completed at 5 health facilities.
Right, so it's 5, not 7. So upgrades have already been completed at 5 facilities. So Victoria, I thought it was 7. So Victoria, Good Hope Medical Station, Westerhall Medical Station, Hillsborough Medical Station, and I want to believe the Snell Hall Medical Station, because I remember some time back that was mentioned. I want to believe that one. All right. So they continue to renovate, to refurbish, to fix those medical stations and equip them. And I love the project for Granborough, because Granborough is kind of central in Grenville and St. Andrew. It's kind of central. Besides the main hospital, Princess Alice Hospital at Maribor. And by now, you know, they're constructing the psychiatric hospital there. It's currently in Mongay. Very soon it will move to uh, to uh, to Maribor. All right. Someone is saying to me the Leicester Medical Station. So maybe it's the Leicester Medical Station, or maybe it's the Snell Hall Medical Station. One of them. One of them. All right. So it's really good to see that nearly all the medical stations, because remember, the NDC administration, they made a visit. Our beloved Prime Minister and his team, they made a visit to all the medical stations, and we saw the condition of those medical stations. They're in dire need of repairs, upgrades, and in some cases, you have to build them from scratch. You have to mash down the whole thing and build something from scratch. I know they will be upgrading the Pedmota Medical Station too. So it's a number of them. And this is great because you want to ease up the traffic at the general hospital. You want people to access care at the community level. So someone is saying the Leicester Medical Station in Carriacou is completed. So I want to believe that's the one there. So maybe I can note that. All right. So the person is saying here, the Leicester Medical Station, that is completed. All right. So again, this is good for Grenada. This is wonderful. You hear NNP talking about the vision was having a polyclinic every 30 minutes from each other. And you sometimes have to laugh and kicks because here you have all these medical stations that they left to run down, that they ignored. They never fixed them. Many of them was leaking. Many of them need repainting. Many of them need seating areas and, benches to be done or repaired, equipment to be placed in there. The facilities needed upgrading, but the NNP never saw the need to do that. But on their platform, they always talking about the Guelph Polyclinic. But let me tell you this, the Guelph Polyclinic was a project of the NDC. It was a project of the NDC, but the NDC was voted out of power in 2013. So when the NNP came, you saw that project being fulfilled. And then, you had COVID, so they had to rush and open it up prematurely. But again, just saying, the NDC cares about primary health care, making sure that the facilities in your community is fixed and upgraded. And not just health. Sometimes you can just, in your quiet moment, take a pen and a paper and write. Some of the schools, for example, just list some of the new schools. The NDC is the only government to build new schools in the last 15 or so years in Grenada. Under the NNP, they didn't do any, maybe the Westerhall Government School, maybe. But all the other schools were built way before, either under NDC, the Revolution, or Uncle Giri. All right? NNP never saw the need to build schools or to do major repairs on schools or to add some more facilities like play areas, maybe basketball courts, netball courts, provisions for people with special needs and all of these things. They never saw the need to do that. The NDC did that. The NDC administration. So you look at the new schools. You have the Grenada Christian Academy. You have the St. David Catholic Secondary. You have the St. Andrew Anglican Primary School. You have the Florida Government School. And these are all new schools from scratch. Then you have some expansions. The Callis Government School, the School for Special Education, and I think the Holy Innocent, RC, I think, and then they did some work on the one in Tivoli. So quite a number of, and maybe I miss out some. There's a number of schools that the NDC refurbished, expanded, building from scratch. So you look at medical stations, you look at schools, then you look at police stations. The Victoria Police Station, they're upgrading that facility, making sure that the policemen and women have a good facility to work, to protect and serve. You have the Hillsborough Police Station. They completed that upgrade. The St. Paul's Police Station, they completed that upgrade. The Grenville Police Station, they will be starting that project very soon. They've already relocated the police station and the police officers, right? Then they are doing some work. They will be doing some work on the Coast Guard base. Also, a new vessel has been ordered and being constructed, built. They're building that new vessel worth over $20 million US. So that's over 50 million EC. That vessel will be able to house 120 Coast Guard men and women, and they will be able to be out there patrolling and protecting our borders for 6 months before coming back to land. So this is a big thing, huge for our country, but it is important to mention those things. The Petit Martinique police station, or that facility that they're in, I think some work was also done there. I stand to be corrected, but I think some work was also done at that facility. And there are still some smaller police stations done for repairs, done for upgrades. And then you look at major road projects. And I think I have a piece here to share with you, and then maybe we could list some of the major road projects that continues.
I am Kevon George, attached to the Ministry of Infrastructure, and at present we are standing on what we call the Antoine's Hill Road Development Project. It's a project that connects the Pedmota Main Road to Antoine Hill up at the top. After listening to the complaints from the persons within this area, the various families and so, the Minister of Infrastructure saw it fit to have this as a project that should be done. We listened to persons that said over 25 plus years they have been pleading and trying to get proper concrete structure within this area and proper control for the water that runs within this area, yeah? So persons say that they were using two shoes, they had to park vehicles lower down, they were traversing through mud and track, and children traversing back and forth. And you know, after listening to all this, we were instructed to get it done and get it done to the best of our ability. This road that we are looking at presently, it was what I would call a track, yeah? There was like 2 strips of concrete just about the first 120 feet of this road where vehicles used to try to traverse and get at their home, but most vehicles used to park at the lower end of this road. However, at present, we have a project which includes over 590 feet of concrete pavement, with some slipper drains, over 450 feet slipper drains, and another 300 plus feet box drains, and just about 2 cross culverts. It also includes some access to the various properties along the roadway, and this is what we are doing presently on this site. At infrastructure, we put people first.
Right, so this again is a major project, but we have seen a lot of major projects, road projects, infrastructure projects in the last 3 to 4 years. And my mind goes back to the Molinet project. The NNP said it can't be done, it won't be done. But today we're seeing that it was done. All they need to do now is to complete the surfacing, right? The asphalt paving of that road, starting from the mouth of Mount Morris Road, or the beginning of Mount Morris Road, going all the way to Happy Hill, right? I think that project will start soon. So I remember that project vividly. Then the Mount Kuma Road project, it started under the previous administration, but it completed under the NDC. The NDC is capable of completing projects and getting it done. Then we look at, and you can help me here, because quite a bit happened in recent times. We know of the Mabuya Road project taking place on the western side. We know of the Willis Main Road project taking place as we speak. We know of the Cocoa Road in the town of St. George, around Dollar Savers, around that area there. All right, Decal on the other side, just around that area. We know of that piece of road project from the airport to the Westerhall Point. Airport to Westerhall Point, where they will be resurfacing, widening that road. It's a major project. We know of the Clift Road project that is almost completed. We know of the Pedmota Vincent's Windsor Forest Main Road project. We know of the Snell Hall Bridge construction. We know of the Baltazar Bridge construction. We know of the Breakwater, the coastal mitigation project up there in St. Patrick. They turned the sod for the next phase.
It is extremely timely that we're standing here today to symbolically start the second phase of the Sauteurs Coastal Protection Project. The time that was spent designing the project, consulting with the neighboring communities, doing the necessary environmental and social impact assessment was time well spent, because now we have arrived at the point where very soon actual work will begin on the project.
In 2024, a coastal impact assessment revealed that the coastline is eroding at rates of up to nearly 20 feet per year. This finding guided the design of solutions to stabilize the shoreline, prevent further damage, and restore land for the community's present and future needs. The project would include 3 offshore breakwaters built about 40 meters offshore. The structures will reduce wave energy, encourage natural sand buildup, a new shoreline revetment with steps providing safe access to the beach, and lastly, reconstruction of the existing box drain, which has been compromised by erosion and can no longer function properly. The upcoming construction will affect approximately 7,300 square meters of seabed and is expected to take about 24 months to complete.
If you take a stroll down the coast, you'd see that considerable work has already been done safeguarding the coastline stone revetment work that has already been done has at least stabilized and given some measure of relief to the roadway, to the drains, and to the two homes that would have been impacted by the loss of the shoreline that has taken place over the last several years. To Namalco, I want to, on behalf of the residents and the citizens of St. Patrick and by extension Grenada, welcome Mr. Ali and his team to St. Patrick. We look forward to the successful and timely, and I will underscore timely implementation of this project.
Having the second phase would be excellent because it means that more protection for our community. The fisher folks can go out and they can ply their trade safely. They can bring their boats in safely. Usually we have yachts coming in from time to time and they're more because it's safe around these parts. So I think it'll be great for everybody.
So again, just saying it's really good to see what is happening in St. Patrick. So we also saw in St. Patrick the upgrade, the renovation of the abattoir and the market. We saw in St. Patrick that facility being done and the quality of work that is worth noting. But there are other major projects that I may not, remember, and maybe you can let me know. I know they intend to do some work in the town of Grenville. They intend to do some work in the town of Grenville very soon. Right, so the Grandetang road widening project, that again is a major project. The Southern Water expansion project, the laying of the pipes and so on to bring water down to the south. The sewer upgrades in the town of St. George, that continues. All right, we know of so many water storage facilities that were installed in different communities, and they're up and running. Project 500, that's a major undertaking. So in terms of infrastructure project, the Fort George project, right? And I mentioned the police stations. I forget to mention the police headquarters. So you look at some of those projects, they are quite a bit of major projects are happening, not only here in Grenada, but in Carriacou, the Windward Jetty project, the Windward Fish Market, the night landing at the Lauriston Airport, the upgrade or the construction of that piece of road in Bellevue. It's a massive piece of road, a long stretch, right? So, and then there are other roads and other things that were done. The Build Back Better initiative, right, or program in Grenada and in Carriacou and Petit Martinique. So the NDC is at work. The NDC is at work. And there are a number of parcels of roads that they would be contracting out, giving out in soon time. So again, if you look at health, you see that the NDC has prioritized healthcare. Look at the amount of medical stations, clinics being refurbished and upgraded. You look at the police, the amount of police stations refurbished and upgraded. You look at schools, the amount of new schools being built, the amount of old schools being refurbished, upgraded. You look at major infrastructure projects like roads and so on, and I list a number of them to you. Julie Betterly saying, yes, there is a massive piece of road project that was done in Petit Martinique. All right, I just forget the name, but I featured that on the program. Yes, so quite a bit is happening. Here in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Quite a bit here, just the fun. the EC, sorry. Quite a bit is happening. So you look at someone is saying, hey, don't forget the Mardi Gras Farm Road project. Yeah, that's a major road, a major piece of road that is being built. All right? Yes, I see the amount of concrete that gravel and concrete go up with on a daily basis. So yes, it's a major piece of road. But I'm saying, again, folks, it is clear that the NDC administration is serious about the development of this country. And when you talk about these projects, you have to also talk about the amount of employment being created from those projects. And you know what's nice? Besides those projects, the private sector, they're doing their own thing too. Intercontinental, that continues. Six Senses, they continue to expand. The hotel up there in Livera, that continues. There's a project down in the Chublu area, right? And things are happening generally throughout the country. People are building a lot of homes. A lot of houses are being constructed. My builder partner, contractor partner tell me, he just can't handle more. He's saying to folks, well, if you want me to build for you, it has to be November, it has to be January, it has to be February, it has to be next year. Because his hands are full, right? So opportunities are being created. Because you see, people feel safe, people feel comfortable to come back and build, to build homes. And the majority of people who are building are from the diaspora. They're building their homes. They're expanding their homes. They're creating jobs and opportunities for people. So it is important to talk about those things, right? Someone say, hey, Kim, and also the Bel Air Road in Carriacou. All right, thank you very much there. All right. Pleasance Road, don't forget to mention that. Pleasance Road in St. John, the Snake Road in Florida, that was also done. So people are actually letting us know what's going down. So the NDC is serious about developing this country. 50,000 Grenadians will benefit from reading glasses.
The Restoring Vision Grenada Distribution Program seeks to strengthen eye health services throughout Grenada by providing 50,000 free reading glasses to Grenadians experiencing difficulties with near vision, a common condition that can affect daily activities such as reading, writing, and other close-up tasks. Citizens throughout Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique are eligible to receive reading glasses following registration and screening at a health center in their district. Speaking at the launch at the St. David's Health Center on Thursday, Senior Community Health Nurse Audrey Lyons says the distribution of the glasses throughout various communities will follow a schedule.
The distribution will be available at every health center and at least one medical station in each health district in the first instance. Based on the level of uptake and available staffing, we intend to expand distribution to additional medical stations, and the public will be informed accordingly.
Grenada is the first OECS country to be part of the Restoring Vision program. Chief Global Affairs Officer Restoring Vision, Ambassador Keisha Maguire, says this initiative is to combat the limited access or affordability challenges some individuals who require reading glasses face, therefore contributing to national development.
Is that powerful but yet often invisible connection between sight, productivity, and economic opportunity? Just think about it. When a person can see clearly, they can earn more because they don't have to now fall out of working. For example, think, as I mentioned again, a tailor or a seamstress. If you're not able to thread your needle, you're not able to do your needlework close up, it either slows your work to a crawl, or sometimes you're not efficient enough and you don't get the work. So it really and truly, by restoring your vision, you can now earn more, contribute more, and participate more fully in the life of your community and your country.
Minister for Health, Philip Telesford, highlighted the importance of accessible vision care and the positive impact that clear vision can have on education, employment, and overall well-being.
A person's vision is the hinge on which opportunity swings. When someone can see clearly, a child can read the blackboard without strain, a farmer can sort and sow seeds with confidence, and the artisan can perfect their craft. And also, the elderly can read cherished letters. Improving vision is not a small fix. It is a very big thing, a game changer. Interventions that restores independence, preserves dignity, and multiplies potentials across families and communities.
14 individuals received reading glasses during the Restoring Vision Grenada launch ceremony, with thousands more to benefit within the next 12 months. Prime Minister and MP for the area, Dickon Mitchell, says the distribution program forms part of broader efforts to improve preventative healthcare services on island and extends gratitude to Restoring Vision.
The challenge of nearsightedness is real. The impact on persons can be profound, and so we are deeply, deeply grateful for the partnership with Restoring Vision in ensuring that as many as 50,000 citizens of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique can benefit from a simple but impactful and effective instrument that can help reshape and redefine people's lives, and perhaps more importantly, their view of themselves and their ability to function in the community.
Further details on the distribution schedules and eligibility requirements will be made available on the Ministry of Education social media pages and at healthcare centers.
Okay, so that is already out. The list is already out where you can, pick up your reading glasses. And this is great. This is wonderful. 50,000. 50,000. And thanks to the Most Honorable Dickon Mitchell and is it Miss, let me get her name properly. She's an ambassador for Grenada. Miss Lyons, I think, is her surname. But anyways, it is good to see how teamwork can make the dream work. So things are happening throughout the country. But still, the NNP, they would go on their platform and they would attack the government because they have nothing of substance to say. And that is why I tell you, every little event, every little cultural activity, they will try to get in it to honor Miss Maguire. Right, Miss Maguire. So that's her surname. Thank you very much, dear Lisa. So again, they will try to get involved in it to cause confusion, to cause chaos, to make bacchanal. And a good example of that was the fisherman's birthday. It's gone now. But I can tell you, the hands of NNP pundits and activists were all over this event, seeking to undermine it, seeking to sabotage it, seeking to derail it. They did not succeed because the event came and gone successfully. But it should come as a learning opportunity. Because the election is not far, they will try to get involved in any and everything. In fact, I had a laugh this morning. A gentleman who is a candidate for the NNP traveled to St. Kitts for enjoyment, for the music festival and other things like that. And everybody he meets of importance, he will take a photo with them and put it up. And I asked myself, what is the objective? So even on the airport, he met two persons, two artists. And you see the desperation for likability, for relevance, for popularity and that kind of thing. Because there are those who came on the scene and there was a little buzz around them and their name and that kind of thing. And within no time, they boil along like Baji. Within no time, you're not even hearing about them. You see? So again, it's a way of you understanding politics. Today you're up and you're popular, or you get a 5 days of popularity or some kind of press, and then two people don't even talk about you anymore. And we are seeing that happening with a lot of the folks in the NNP. All right. So again, it's clear. It's clear, and there are people you have to be very careful with, because they take a photo with you and you think, well, you know, it's a genuine thing. We cool like that. And they post it up on their page, but they're political in nature. They are candidates. They're running for a party, and then you get branded. Then people think that you are a part of their circle. Then people think that you are supporting them. That is the effect that they want. So they take out these photos with you and pour you. You don't see that way. You don't think that the person is going to take it and post it and try to make mileage, political mileage out of it. But it's a warning, because they are desperate for likability. They are desperate for relevance. They are desperate for everything at this point. So things are happening, folks, and I'm happy that we have the technology and we're able to bring it to you so you can have a greater appreciation of it. Lastly, just saying that it's month end. And again, we have to pay to keep the program on air, to keep the programs going. All right? So if you have not yet pledged or given your finances towards keeping the program going, once you can do so, please do so. Holler at me, send me a message or two, because I already realized that there's a slow intake, meaning that there are a number of people who, kind of come in for carnival, have the costume to pay for, have their flights, have a number of things to pay for. And then you have school going on holiday. So that's another factor. So normally the people who would give, quite a number of them saying, well, skip me this month, and maybe next month or the other month, that kind of thing. So again, folks who are there and could afford to give. If you have Zelled before, you can still Zelle. If you have sent money via MoneyGram or Western Union, do so. If you have contacted me before and I provided you with information where you can drop it off, where you can do so, because giving to the program is important. We need to pay the bills. There's a great probability that I may do a pledge, like an actual pledge, either tonight or tomorrow or so. But in the meanwhile, if you're there and you feel the urge to give, and you can call me, you can message me, you can, you know my numbers. Giving to the program is important to keep it going. All right. So, folks, I want to wish you all the best. Have a wonderful day. I'll be back with you tonight in the hub. Last night I couldn't make it, fisherman